Myron Cope joins the show now for the first time in clothing
That's
ever.
right, Myron.
Well, not ever, but for the first time here at camp in clothing.
That's right, legitimately. On the show.
Now,
As part of the show.
this is which camp for you? What number camp?
Well, I've been here, of course, this is my 30th year broadcasting the games, but I used to come up every year. I've been here, I don't know, is it about 35 years they've been training here?
35 years.
Wow.
I'm just guessing,
Let
but
me
I've
see.
been here. I used
You're
to
right,
come
Myron,
up just to
33,
fool around.
33rd year.
The Steelers used to bounce around. You know, they trained at California, PA, and they trained at out in Oregon once. No, that was while they were playing 2 preseason games out in the coast. But they trained in West Liberty. I could tell you some West Liberty stories that would be
In West Virginia?
appropriate to this camp. Yeah, up there above Wheeling on the mountain. And you know, you got these fields out here that are in pretty decent shape, as it turns out.
Sure.
Not ideal, but pretty decent shape. But you see, yeah, that's good. And they got to keep them that way if they get enough water, you know, because otherwise you're going to get shin splints. You know what shin splints are? You never hear shin splints mentioned anymore.
Runners, you get them. They're from not
track
getting enough.
men get them. It's when your shins hurt.
The shins just...
And it's
To
from
be
a hard
technical.
grind. Now, where was I? Oh, West Liberty
Shin splints.
College. Shin splints. So Art
Right.
Rooney, the field was so dry. Art Rooney always knew the politicians, you know. So he called the fire chief in Pittsburgh, the chief of the fire department, who was probably Irish. And
Just a guess.
just a guess.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Helped
this man's
out.
name. But he sent down fire hoses to water the field. Yeah, from Pittsburgh.
Get them in shape, yeah.
Yeah, but anyhow, Buddy Parker, he took pity on these guys, and he decided to lift the curfew for a night, see? So here they came down, tearing
did they go?
down the mountainside to Wheeling.
Oh, Wheeling. Okay. All right.
Why are you laughing?
Been to
that
Wheeling.
feeling, yeah.
I've been to
Having a good
Wheeling.
time
I know
there,
what
but-
you're gonna. I know what's going
ahead.
on in Wheeling.
Wheeling was a red light district.
Yes,
you
it
see.
is. Still is.
It still is?
Still is.
I didn't know towns had red light districts anymore. It's outside of Nevada.
You let me know, and we'll go. I'll show
You'll
you where to
find
go.
out.
So they come. So they come down
So
the
they go
mountain.
to
They go
Wheeling,
into
and
Wheeling.
he said,
So
hey,
here they're
we're
coming
gonna have a
into
good time.
down there to have a good time, see? And the business was so brisk for the what was then the newspapers referred to. This was an era of civility, you see, and you didn't hear smut on the air and in the newspapers and everywhere else. And so newspapers delicately referred to such places either as bawdy houses, not B-O-D-Y, but B-A-W-D-Y.
Oh,
Okay.
Or houses of ill repute. So anyhow, with the football team down there, the houses of ill repute were doing a big business, see? And one of them, they had to put cots up on the roof.
You're
Really.
business was brisk, yeah.
So anyhow, this one guy, this one player and this damsel, they get locked in his fond embrace, and it's furious. And they fall off the roof. And this big old tackle, he's walking down the street and they fall off the roof right in front of him. So he goes up to the door and knocks on the door. And the madam was the lady in charge.
Yeah.
The madam comes to the door and studies him through the peephole. And she says to him, "You're not coming in here, you're too drunk." And he says to her, he says, I ain't want to go in there. He says, I'm just being a nice fellow. I wanted to tell you your sign fell down. There are some people who say I made that story up.
And if you did, you should get full credit.
Oh, Myron.
That's
You're the best.
Myron
You're the best.
Cope, ladies and gentlemen.